So what I'd like to do in this first hour, as Lynn said, is to discuss the basics of the science of mind teaching, and then the next 3 weeks of the show. And then we're going to bring in some other aspects. I really want to inform the listeners of what the science of mind is all about, because there's a lot of confusion. Religious science is not Scientology. We're not even really sure what that's about. And no, religious science that teaches the science of mind is not a cult. As a matter of fact, you could say religious science is the non-cult. One of my favorite quotes of Dr. Holmes is this: "We teach people how to think, not what to think." So as you can see, we are definitely not a cult. Another one of his quotes, which I think really summarizes the purpose of this teaching, is this: "There is a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. And it's not for the select few. We can all use it to enrich our life experience." And since I just covered what it isn't, I'd like to say what it is. Science of mind is a spiritual philosophy, a way to approach life. It is a wonderful adjunct to any religion you may have been brought up in. Even if you come from a non-religious family, it offers a wonderfully clear approach to living successfully. Science of mind is also considered a science, as you can hear by the name of it. And why this is so, we will get to in other shows, I'm sure, over and over. But today, what I'd like to do is focus in on the spiritual aspect of it. I'd also like to mention before I begin that though there might be some time before the end of this hour in the next 3 weeks to ask the Rev. We're going to see how that goes. If not, for sure, we're going to get into it in the 5th week. So my intention is also to bring, like Lynn said, to the listening audiences, new thought leaders to give mini lessons, to answer questions, and we'll see how that unfolds as well. Now, I don't think there are any coincidences. It is quite synchronistic that beginning this show in January, that traditionally Science of Mind centers for spiritual living centers worldwide address the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind. The first lesson is called The Thing Itself. What better place is there to begin than in the beginning, in January? So I have a couple of good in the beginning one-liners that I'd like to share with you that I think are very cool. I hope you'll enjoy. Why was Adam a famous runner? I know you can't answer me, but I'll tell you the answer. Because he was first in the human race. This one you need to listen more closely to. Why was the dyslexic agnostic an insomniac? Because he stayed up all night worrying about whether or not dog existed. I really love that one. I'm sorry. And the last one I have for you is, when was baseball first mentioned in the Bible? In Genesis, in the beginning. Big inning. And a good segue, at least I think so, into the thing itself. And I'd also like to mention before I begin any new lesson or class that anything I say during our time together, that it's up to you to decide for yourself what is true and what isn't. Meaning you don't have to accept everything or even anything I say for that matter, just because I'm speaking to you live stream on internet radio. It's always up to you, the individual, to decide for yourself what is what. We are all entitled to our opinions. Your perception of life at this point in time is what it is, the way you think life is meant to be. You have now and will continue to have free will and choice to see things as you choose to. But as you must already realize, as we change and grow, our perceptions, our opinions of life can and most often do change, at least a little. Our time on planet Earth, often referred to as Earth School, is about change and growth, which ultimately can and will lead to transformation, if we so desire. A paradigm shift, as they say. A realization about ourselves that nothing about us is really broken or missing, the true meaning of shalom. Nothing broken, nothing missing. That we are perfect, whole, complete spiritual beings having a human experience. I believe that Deepak Chopra said that first. So today I look to begin discussing the idea that there is much more to us than our experience of Earth School first suggests. There are sides, aspects of our being that cannot be seen. And these sides to us, beyond what the eye can see, is our mind and our spirit. Now at this point in the beginning, I think we can all agree that we have minds. Proof being, we can all think. And I think we can all agree there is a spirit of life that we exhibit, an energy, whether it be a positive energy or spirit, or a less than positive energy or spirit. We all have it. And we know that this less than positive energy can sometimes clear out wounds. I can give you examples of many times I've been at a party and there's this vibrant person there and you're just so attracted to everything that they have to say. Even if you're just so attracted. And then somebody else walks into the room and the energy goes down and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to be near this person at all. Where do I go? Okay. Now, till now, I've been speaking of us as individuals, but there is a universality about all of us that leads me to my first major point. The great philosophers, mystics, and way showers throughout all time have all said pretty much the same thing. This is an undeniable truth, that there is one ultimate reality, something that is true about each of us, whether we choose to believe it or not. And the common conclusion they came to is this. There is an infinite something, a universal energy. You can call it a spiritual energy or stuff, makes no difference, from which everything came to be, from which we all came to be. And this energy is the makeup of everything that is and has yet to be. This energy is our makeup. It is the fabric of our lives. It is our spiritual DNA, so to speak. And this energy is our true selves. And being of this energy, many have referred to as God. You can refer to it in any way you choose. We could say we're children of God, of the Most High. I'm going to discuss other names for God in a few moments. But I invite you to choose whatever you are comfortable with as we go along. But for now, let's just call it infinite intelligence and power. This means whether we have ever realized it or not, we are infinitely intelligent, powerful, spiritual beings. Now, I know sometimes we don't feel very intelligent, as we all sometimes make mistakes. Or we don't feel very powerful because we feel subject to rules and regulations, to conditions outside of ourselves. But this is the ultimate truth about each and every one of us. Perfect, whole, and complete, now and forever. So stay with me here, please, while I develop this idea. Since we come from this infinite energy and intelligence and power, this infinite energy, intelligence, and power then must reside in us. This means that the unseen side of life, we are universal, infinitely intelligent, powerful energy beings, however conscious of ourselves as individuals, meaning self-aware. Okay, hope you're all with me so far. I think you all are. I get that you are. But we're all universal in that we are all one with the infinite presence of intelligence and power, personified as ourselves. That's our personality. And before I go any further with this train of thought, I ask you for the time being anyway, to lay aside any previous concept you might have had of God before this moment, and just think about what I am to say about life, the thing we are all experiencing together, collectively and individually. something many have called God, but you can, like I said, refer to it in many other ways. We can refer to it as source, the universe, the life force, even just life itself. It is the thing itself.